Valley God. Valley God. That's what we're talking about this morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning. It's Monday. It's the first work day of the week. Let's get at it. It's going to be a great day, great week. And I have a blessed word for you on this morning, Anitra. Going to talk with you about Valley God. Let me ask the question. Has any of you ever found yourself in the valley? Nikki, you ever found yourself in the valley? Anitra, you ever found yourself in a valley? Well, when things are not going well, when you don't have enough money for the month, when there is some brokenness and some despair, children are not acting right, spouse not acting right, whatever the case may be, it's a valley situation. You ever been in a valley situation? Or you could be in a valley situation right now? I'm going to give you 3 things in 5 minutes or less to help you get out of that. It's always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Here is the text this morning. 1 Kings 20:28. Listen to this word. It's powerful. This is what the Lord says. It's the man of God, the prophet speaking. Because the Arameans, Syria today, think the Lord is a God of the hills and not of the valleys, I will deliver this vast army into your hands. The man of God comes to them and says, look, your enemies think that God can only fight and win when God is on the mountainside, on the ridge. They don't believe that if they ever catch you in the valley, that your God will deliver you. Let's talk about that. First of all, let me help you understand. Let me give you the context of the text. The context of the text is this. Warfare typically is won by the one that has the higher advantage. In other words, if you're on the ridge, if you're on the mountainside, you can see down on your enemy. And the enemy, whenever they move, you can see them and pick them off. That's why you always want to get the higher ground. The higher ground means that you're going to win because you can always see what your enemy is doing. So that mindset is what the enemy thinks with respect to Israel and saying to them, look, your God can only win when your God has the high ground or on the mountainside. Get down here in this valley with us, down in the dirty, and you're going to lose. Well, that's why the psalmist tells us in the 23rd Psalm, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. The first thing I want to tell you about this text is this. God said, wherever you are, he said, I'm never going to leave you nor forsake you. That's what a Hebrew writer wrote and said, wherever you are, I will never leave you nor will I forsake you. The second thing I want you to grab is this. God says, even if you make your bed in Hades or hell, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. The third thing I want you to get is this. God says that in the time of trouble, he will be there. And then finally, as I started out with, the psalmist, the 23rd Psalm, makes it so clear, very clear. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'm not going to fear any evil. So though my spouse situation is not what I want, my bill situation is not what I want, my job situation is not what I want, my emotions are not where I want them to be, guess what? He's a valley God. He's a valley God, and he's going to get right down there with you. What's your takeaway this morning? The takeaway is this. Wherever your battle is, God is your battle axe. Wherever your battle is, God is your battle axe. Let me explain that. The battle axe during biblical times was a club with an axe type of head on it. And the champion would go into the battle swinging the axe, the battle axe, knocking the foes from right to left, the enemies, defeating them with the battle axe. God is your champion, and he's your battle axe. Even if you're in the valley, he's going to defeat your enemy. So remind your enemy, my God is not just a mountainside God. I got a valley God too. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. And no matter your situation this morning, God is right there. And he's going to defeat the foe on your behalf. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself.